The ripple effect. The vast silence of space was broken by the soft hum of the colony ship Endeavour as it approached the orbital station above Proxima Centauri. B. Commander Eliza Chen watched from the bridge as the blue-green world grew larger in the view screen. This was humanity's 10th extrasolar colony in just 3 decades, an unprecedented pace of expansion that had caught the attention of forces far beyond Earth's knowledge. Final approach, Commander, Lieutenant Park announced, his fingers dancing across the holographic controls. Colony modules are prepped for deployment. Eliza nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility pressing down on her shoulders. The Endeavour carried 10,000 colonists in cryo-sleep, pioneers who would transform this alien world into a new home for humanity. What they didn't know, what no human knew, was that their arrival had triggered alarms across 17 star systems. 70 light-years away, in a massive chamber carved from the heart of a neutron star, the Keldorian Council convened for an emergency session. The chamber pulsed with a bioluminescent glow as 15 representatives of the most advanced species in the local galactic arm gathered around a central projection. High Counselor Zex Tarn, a towering figure with crystalline skin that refracted light in hypnotic patterns, gestured at the holographic display showing human expansion patterns. This marks their 10th colony in 28 standard cycles. The pattern is unmistakable and deeply concerning. Humans are still primitive, countered Counselor Mira, her 4 eyes blinking in sequence. Their technology is rudimentary compared to ours. They haven't even developed proper gravity manipulation. That is precisely what makes them dangerous, Sextarn replied, voice resonating through the chamber. No species in our records has expanded this rapidly with such limited technology. They don't wait for ideal conditions. They adapt and overcome. They transform hostile environments instead of seeking perfect worlds. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Humans were spreading like a virus, adapting to environments that would kill other species, pushing forward with a determination that bordered on madness. "We've seen this before," said Counselor Vorex, an ancient being whose body existed partially in another dimension. The Kraxan showed similar patterns before their expansion consumed 3-star clusters. The Kraxan were predators, Mira objected. Humans are different. Different, yes, Zextarn agreed, and potentially more dangerous. The Kraxan conquered by force. Humans conquer by persistence. They survive where they should not, adapt where they should fail, and thrive where they should merely exist. The holographic display shifted to show Earth, a seemingly unremarkable planet orbiting an average star. This is where they evolved, Zextarn continued. A world of extreme temperature variations, powerful storms, deadly radiation from their sun, and constant natural disasters. Their adaptability wasn't a choice. It was necessary for survival. Back on Proxima Centauri, Commander Chen was unaware of the distant council as she oversaw the deployment of the first colony modules. The planet's harsh conditions, high radiation, thin atmosphere, and erratic weather patterns would have deterred many species, but for humans, it was just another challenge to overcome. Environmental systems online, reported Dr. Yasmin Kapoor, the chief terraforming specialist. Atmospheric processors are functioning at 92% efficiency. We'll have breathable air in the habitation zones within 6 months. Eliza smiled. 6 months. Your initial estimate was 8. I found some shortcuts, Yasmin replied with a shrug. Plus, the native microorganisms are more compatible with our engineered bacteria than expected. They're actually helping the process. This casual innovation, this constant improvement and adaptation, was exactly what terrified the Keldorian Council. In the neutron star chamber, the debate had intensified. We must invoke the extinction protocol, Counselor Vorex insisted, before they spread further. Mira's bioluminescent skin flashed in alarm. The extinction protocol has not been used in 20,000 cycles. It would be genocide. It would be preservation, Vorex countered. Our simulations show that at their current expansion rate, Humans will control this entire spiral arm within 500 cycles. They don't expand like we do, carefully, methodically, with proper environmental impact studies. They are reckless, modifying worlds to suit themselves rather than selecting worlds that already suit them. Zextarn raised a crystalline hand for silence. Before we make this decision, we need more information. I propose we initiate contact. Study them more closely. Contact. Vorex recoiled. That would alert them to our existence. They will discover us eventually, Zextarn replied. Better on our terms than theirs. 3 months later, Commander Chen was reviewing the colony's progress when Lieutenant Park burst into her office, face pale. Commander, you need to see this. In the command center, a holographic display showed a massive object approaching the planet. A ship of clearly non-human design, its surface covered in swirling patterns that seemed to shift and change as they watched. It's not responding to hails, Park reported, but it's broadcasting some kind of signal toward the colony. Chen's heart raced, but her voice remained calm. Alert Earth. Raise shields on the orbital platform and prepare evacuation protocols for the surface colonists. Before they could act, every screen in the command center lit up with a strange symbol, a spiral galaxy with a pulsing center, and then resolved into a face that was almost human but not quite. The being had silver skin that shifted like mercury and eyes that contained swirling galaxies. Greetings, humans of Earth Colony Proxima Centauri. The being spoke in perfect English. I am Ambassador Krell of the Keldorian Council. We have been watching your expansion with great interest. Chen stepped forward. I am Commander Eliza Chen of the United Earth Authority. We were unaware of your presence in this system. We are not based in this system, Krell replied. But we have been monitoring all human colonies. Your species' expansion rate is unprecedented. Over the next weeks, Chen engaged in tense diplomatic exchanges with Krell, gradually realizing the enormous technological gap between humans and the Keldorian Council. They had been spacefaring for millions of years, had mastered energy, matter, and even time to degrees that seemed like magic. Yet despite their advancements, they feared humanity's expansion. Why does our presence concern you? Chen asked during one meeting. We're peaceful explorers. It is not your intentions that concern us, Krell explained. It is your potential, your adaptability. Your species embraces change in ways ours cannot comprehend. What Krell didn't reveal was that the Council had already begun implementing a modified version of the Extinction Protocol. Rather than outright annihilation, they would contain humanity through subtle sabotage. Critical colony systems began failing across human space. Terraforming projects mysteriously reversed. Communication relays between Earth and distant colonies deteriorated. On Earth, the United Earth Authority scrambled to understand the sudden cascade of failures across their colonial network. Dr. Marcus Yamamoto, head of the Advanced Xenobiology Division, was the first to recognize the pattern. These aren't random failures, he told the UEA Security Council. They're targeted specifically at our expansion capabilities. Someone doesn't want us spreading further. Admiral Helena Cortez, her face lined with concern, studied the distribution of incidents. 3 outposts have gone completely dark. The Epsilon Eridani colony reported unknown craft in orbit before communications ceased. Could it be the Keldorians? Asked Security Director Kamal Ibrahim. Commander Chen's reports suggest they're far more advanced than us. Possibly, Yamamoto replied. But why the subterfuge? With their technology, they could simply destroy our colonies outright. The answer came from an unexpected source. A routine survey ship exploring the Ta-Ceti system discovered an ancient outpost, not Keldorian, but from another species long extinct. The outpost's database contained records of a galactic organization that had systematically contained or eliminated expansionist threats for millions of years. Among these records was a detailed analysis of human psychology, biology, and society, completed centuries before humans had even achieved spaceflight. The final evaluation read, Species demonstrates extreme adaptability and technological acceleration curve. Recommended action. Containment Protocol Alpha. Monitor for dimensional breakthrough traits. As Commander Chen read this report aboard the Endeavour, a cold realization dawned. Humanity wasn't being observed out of diplomatic interest. They were being assessed as a potential threat to be neutralized. "We need to warn Earth," she told her officers, "and we need to understand what dimensional breakthrough traits are before it's too late." But the Endeavour's communications array failed that night, cutting off the colony from Earth. 3 days later, the orbital defense platform detected multiple objects entering the system. A Keldorian fleet had arrived. The first direct confrontation between humanity and the galactic community was about to begin, and humanity was woefully unprepared. The Awakening. The Keldorian vessels surrounded Proxima Centauri, their hulls shimmering with energy fields beyond human comprehension. Commander Chen ordered all colonists into the underground shelters, knowing full well that if the aliens decided to attack, no human technology could stop them. "Open a channel," she ordered Lieutenant Park, whose hands trembled slightly over the controls. Ambassador Krell's mercury-like face appeared on the view screen. "Commander Chen, I regret that our diplomatic exchange has reached this juncture." "As do I, Ambassador," Chen replied, keeping her voice steady. "Your fleet's presence here is concerning. We have made no aggressive moves against your people. The Council has reviewed your species' expansion patterns and determined that preventative measures are necessary," Krell stated, his face betraying no emotion. "Your colonies will be contained. Growth beyond current parameters will not be permitted." On Earth, Admiral Cortez received the transmission from Proxima Centauri with mounting dread. The technological disparity between humans and the Keldorian Council was vast. Any military response would be futile. Yet humanity could not simply acquiesce to containment. In the depths of the UEA's quantum research facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Sofia Rodriguez had been working on something that might change the equation. For 15 years, her team had been developing the quantum entanglement drive, an engine that could theoretically fold spacetime, allowing instantaneous travel across vast distances. "The prototype is ready," she told Admiral Cortez during an emergency meeting. "But it's untested on a ship-sized scale. We've only sent probes." "How quickly can you install it on a vessel?" Cortez asked. 2 weeks, minimum," Rodriguez replied. "But Admiral, this technology could destabilize spacetime if not properly calibrated. It could destroy the ship and everyone aboard. If the Keldorians enforce their containment, humanity's future is already destroyed," Cortez replied grimly. "Prepare the Hyperion for immediate upgrade. And God help us all." The Hyperion, Earth's newest warship, wasn't designed to defeat the Keldorians. That would be impossible. Its mission was to demonstrate humanity's technological leap to the galactic community, to show that containment would only accelerate the very innovation they feared. Meanwhile, on Proxima Centauri, Commander Chen engaged in tense negotiations with Krell. "Your species fears change," she observed during one session. "That's why you fear us. We embody change." "You misunderstand," Krell replied. "We don't fear change. We fear chaotic expansion. Your species doesn't carefully calculate consequences. You charge forward, adapting and transforming everything in your path. That's how we survived on Earth," Chen countered. "Our world wasn't stable and safe like your homeworlds. We evolved amid catastrophes, ice ages, meteor impacts, and climate shifts. Adaptation isn't just our strength. It's what made us human in the first place." Krell's silvery features shifted, indicating something like concern. "That is precisely what makes you dangerous. The Keldorian Council has preserved galactic stability for millions of years. Species like yours. Have you encountered others like us before?" Chen interrupted, sensing a revelation. Krell hesitated. The Thraxi demonstrated similar traits. Their expansion threatened stability across 3 sectors. "What happened to them?" "They were contained," Krell answered simply. Chen leaned forward. Contained or exterminated. The communication ended abruptly, leaving Chen with the chilling realization that humanity's fate had likely already been decided by the Council. Back on Earth, the Hyperion was ready for its maiden voyage with the experimental quantum entanglement drive. Admiral Cortez had selected Ambassador Terrence Reynolds to lead the diplomatic mission, accompanied by Dr. Rodriguez to manage the experimental drive. Our goal isn't to threaten the Keldorians, Cortez briefed the crew. It's to demonstrate that containing humanity will only accelerate our technological development. If they truly fear our potential, forced constraint will only make us more dangerous, not less. The Hyperion departed Earth orbit under conventional drive, then activated the QE drive once clear of the solar system. The ship vanished in a flash of quantum particles, the fabric of space-time folding around it. When it reappeared, the Hyperion was in orbit around Proxima Centauri, having traversed 4.2 light-years in an instant. The Keldorian fleet's response was immediate. Energy weapons charge, targeting systems locking onto the human vessel. Broadcast on all frequencies, Ambassador Reynolds ordered, and ensure the Keldorian Council receives direct transmission of our arrival. In the neutron star chamber, the Council watched in stunned silence as the human ship materialized using technology they had believed was centuries beyond Earth's capabilities. Impossible, Counselor Vorex muttered. Our projections indicated they were at least 200 cycles from developing quantum folding technology. Zextarn's crystalline form vibrated with concern. This confirms our worst fears. Their rate of innovation accelerates under pressure. On the Hyperion, Ambassador Reynolds addressed the Keldorian fleet. We come seeking peaceful dialogue. Your containment efforts have failed not because of our resistance, but because of your fundamental misunderstanding of human nature. Restricting us doesn't slow our growth, it catalyzes it. The response came not from the fleet but from the Council itself, as Zextarn's imposing figure appeared on the view screen. Your species has achieved quantum manipulation far ahead of our projections. This demonstrates the volatility we feared. No, Reynolds countered. It demonstrates why containment was always destined to fail. Humanity thrives on challenges. We don't expand because we're hungry for territory. We expand because exploration and adaptation are core to our identity. As the diplomatic exchange continued, Dr. Rodriguez made a startling discovery. The Keldorian ships operated on principles similar to their own quantum drive, but with one critical difference. The Keldorians used technology to stabilize and control quantum fluctuations, while the human approach embraced and harnessed the inherent chaos of quantum mechanics. Their entire civilization is built on control and predictability, she explained to Reynolds. Our willingness to work with uncertainty terrifies them because it's fundamentally alien to their way of thinking. This insight shifted the diplomatic approach. Instead of arguing against containment, Reynolds proposed an alternative: partnership. Humanity offers the Keldorian Council something your civilization has lacked for millennia: innovation through controlled chaos. We don't seek to disrupt your order, we seek to complement it. The negotiations lasted for days, with the Council deeply divided. Some members advocated for immediate implementation of the full extinction protocol, while others saw potential in Reynolds' proposal. Finally, a compromise was reached. Humanity would be allowed to continue its expansion, but under certain guidelines and with Keldorian observers at each colony. In exchange, humans would share their unique approaches to quantum mechanics and adaptation. 3 years later, Commander Chen stood on the observation deck of the new joint human-Keldorian research station orbiting Proxima Centauri. The colony below had flourished, with human terraforming technology working alongside Keldorian energy systems to transform the once hostile planet into a thriving world. You were right, Krell admitted, standing beside her. His silvery form had become a familiar sight among the human colonists. Containing your species would have been disastrous, not just for you, but for us as well. Chen smiled. We still have much to learn from you. Your caution balances our impulse to leap before looking. "And your adaptability challenges our tendency toward stagnation," Krell replied. "The Council now believes that humanity's unique evolutionary path may serve a greater purpose in galactic development than we ever imagined." As they watched the sunset over the colony's central hub, Chen reflected on how close they had come to interstellar war. The advanced species of the galaxy had feared humanity's spread into the unknown, not because humans were powerful or aggressive, but because they represented something fundamentally chaotic in an ordered universe, the unpredictable force of adaptation and innovation. "Do you think there are others like us out there?" she asked. "Species that evolve through chaos rather than stability." "If there are," Krell replied, "the galaxy will need humanity to help understand them. Perhaps that is your species' true purpose, not just to explore the unknown, but to be the bridge between different evolutionary paths." The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the colony that had once been deemed impossible. In the gathering darkness, the lights of human and alien structures blended together, a testament to the unexpected alliance between order and chaos, an alliance that would reshape the future of the galaxy in ways neither species could fully predict. And that unpredictability, Chen realized, was exactly what made humanity both terrifying and invaluable to the cosmos.